Next, the sixth place, Emilio Aguinaldo Shrine and Museum. The Aguinaldo Shrine and Museum is a national shrine in Kawit, Cavite, Philippines, where on June 12, 1898, the Philippine Declaration of Independence from Spain was proclaimed. On June 12, each year, top government officials lift the Philippine flag here to celebrate the day, now celebrated as Araw ng Kalayaan or Independence Day, a national holiday. The mansion is now a museum. Emilio Aguinaldo was a Filipino revolutionary, politician, and a military leader who is officially recognized as the first president of the Philippines, 1899 to 1901. Dubbed as the House of History, the Aguinaldo Mansion that currently hosts the Museo ni Emilio Aguinaldo is the locus of a focal point in the unfolding of Philippine history. Constructed in 1845, the original structure of the house was of nipa and thatch material. It was reconstructed 4 years later using a variety of Philippine hardwood. The house where the president lived was donated to the Filipino people in 1963, a year before he passed away. In 1964, the house was placed under the care of the National Museum of the Philippines and was declared a national shrine through Republic Act No. 4039. By 1972, Executive Order No. 370 transferred the shrine under the care and maintenance of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. Today, Museo ni Emilio Aguinaldo continues to emanate the vision of a free and proud nation as it perpetuates the ideals of the 1896 Revolution and the 1898 Proclamation of Philippine Independence. The Museo ni Emilio Aguinaldo's collection covers a variety of museum objects. The ground level of the house is a permanent exhibit on the role of the area of Cavite during the Revolution. It presents the life of General Aguinaldo, Cavite during the Spanish colonial period, and the revolution against Spain until the Proclamation of Independence on June 12, 1898. It also covers the aftermath of the Revolution until the Philippines' war against the United States. The second level is the living space of the house. Similar to the traditional bahay na bato structure of the 19th century, the living room, the bedrooms, dining area, and kitchen can all be found in this level. These rooms house 19th century and early 20th century furniture and details of the Art Nouveau and Art Deco period of the past. Notable are the mesa altar, large dining table, atay bed, and secret compartments oblivious to regular guests. 7th, Fort San Pedro, which was built in 1565 by order of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi to protect the natives from Moro raiders. It became a strategic military point for the Spaniards during their rule. The fort is situated at a strategic location facing Mactan Island and at the heart of Cebu City. After the Spaniards left in 1898, the Americans took control in the 1890s, followed by the Japanese forces during World War II in 1942. After the war, the fort was used for various purposes, including as an office for local government units, a garden club, and even a zoo. In 1973, when the Cebu Zoo Authority left, the fort stood empty. In the 1980s, it became a national museum and remained so until 1998. Fort San Pedro is a symbol of protection, unity, and strength for the Filipino people. It has witnessed the beginning of many important historical events and continues to stand as a testament to the nation's bravery and resilience. The fort's massive stone walls and mortars, once used in warfare, are still visible today. The cannons used during these times can still be seen, preserved by the Philippine Tourism Authority to maintain its historical integrity. The fort is made of coral stones and mortar, with wooden structures like the Cuerpo de Guardia that represents its historical significance. Fort San Pedro stands as a symbol of freedom. Despite the battles and struggles, the fort remains a beacon of strength. It reminds Filipinos of their history, from the Spanish colonization through the American and Japanese occupations to the present day. Fort also signifies peace, commerce, and growth for Cebu City. Today, Fort San Pedro is preserved and enjoyed by visitors as a historical site. It offers a glimpse into the past and continues to be a place where history comes to life. Moving on to the 8th place, the mile-long barracks in Corregidor Island. Corregidor Island is a small island at the entrance of Manila Bay that's best known as a former U.S. Army outpost during World War II. Shortly after the war, the Japanese forces turned the island into a prison for 3 years before it was given back to the Philippines in 1945 with the help of the Allied forces. Nowadays, the island is a popular tourist attraction, especially for history buffs, as you can still find memorials and structures here that date back to the war. In honor of the brave Filipino soldiers that fought in the war, Filipino artist Francisco Maniosa designed a memorial park at the tail of this tadpole-shaped island. In addition, Manuel Casa sculpted 14 bronze murals surrounding the park that depict the Philippines' history and struggle towards freedom from colonizers. In the island, we can see the famous mile-long barracks that is said to be the world's longest military barracks with a length of 1,520 feet. It is located near Cine Corregidor and the Pacific War Memorial. The barracks were built during the early 1900s under American colonial rule. Designed to withstand harsh tropical weather, it was made of reinforced concrete and was part of the military fortifications of Corregidor, also known as Gibraltar of the East. The structure includes spacious living quarters, offices, storage rooms, and recreational facilities for the soldiers. It used to be a hurricane-proof structure, but all that's left today is the skeleton of the building, the result of the war that had severely damaged many structures in the island. Although the barracks are now in ruins, it remains to be a beautiful sight to see, housing some bits of the country's history in it. 9th place, Rizal Park. Hailed as one of the largest urban parks in Asia, Rizal Park Luneta is one of the Manila's iconic destinations as the birthplace of Philippine nationalism. It is the final resting place of Philippine national hero Dr. Jose Rizal, where one can witness the changing of the guards, and sacred site for many Filipinos martyred during the Spanish colonial era. Today, it is a favorite place for Filipino families and tourists to gather, learn about Philippine history, culture, and heritage through its numerous gardens, plazas, and monuments. The rich history of Rizal Park began in 1800s. It was formerly called Luneta, derived from the French word lunette, which means a crescent-shaped fort. It has a fine and wide carriage drive called La Calzada, where Manila's elite would get together to enjoy the evening with the music and social events. Likewise, the site was also used by the Spaniards as an execution ground for rebels and activists. Until now, the park continues to play an important part not just in the Philippine history but also in the lives of the people. The NPDC continues to develop Rizal Park Luneta as a true people's park where Filipino families can commune with nature and have fun by making it more environmentally sustainable and turning it into world-class urban park. If you find yourself passing through the beautiful vegan city in the Ilocos Sur province, make sure you pay a visit to its most popular attraction, Calle Crisologo. This Spanish colonial heritage village will serve as a time machine, taking you back into vegan's rich history shaped by the Manila-Acapulco trade. Calle Crisologo is truly worth visiting both day and night, with each period offering a unique charm. During the day, you'll enjoy browsing through the numerous antique souvenir shops and small museums like the Father Burgos Museum and the Crisologo Museum. These are housed within the Spanish heritage buildings lining the car-free street. Take a ride in a Spanish-style horse carriage called a calesa for a delightful tour of vegan's rich cultural heritage. The well-preserved houses along Calle Crisologo, also known as Mena Crisologo, were once ancestral homes of prominent figures. Wealthy families prospered here during the period of Filipino-Chinese trading, dealing in products like abel cloth, gold, indigo, and tobacco. Admire the thick walls, huge doors, red-tiled roofs, and grand staircases of these structures. They make fantastic backdrops for your photos. Many homes are now shops, restaurants, museums, and inns, ensuring a vibrant and enjoyable day within the Calle Crisologo area. Calle Crisologo has several names including Mena Crisologo and Heritage Village. It earned its place on the UNESCO World Heritage Site list in 1999, hence the designation Heritage Village. Mena Crisologo honors a respected Ilocano writer and politician, Mena Pacson Crisologo, who was born in Vigan. If you find yourself near the city of Vigan, exploring Calle Crisologo is an absolute must-do activity. Its historical significance, stunning architecture, and unique ambience make it a highlight of any trip to this region of the Philippines.